Critic. Welcome back. Man, thank you for coming here. Spend your time with me and enjoy these videos. You could have spent your time anywhere, any place with anybody, but you choose to spend your time with me. And for that, I'm truly appreciative. Come on in, look around, comment, like, subscribe. I'm not going to even ask because if you fuck with me, you'll do it anyway. Know what I'm talking about? So today we're going to get in these modern women and the thoughts that they be having, man. Sometimes I'll be thinking, I'll be listening to these women talk on the internet and in person, when I do conversate with them and everything, and the way they talk. Let me tell you something. Okay, so I experienced through the weekend that I had. Before we even begin with that, no, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. Let's get into these videos and see what's going on. Okay, and I'll get into that later.
So many black women that want to be in relationships with a certain type of guy, and there's just not an equal amount of that man, right? So if there's black women that are like, I don't care, he has to make a certain amount of money, you must open up your pool to non-black men, because that's the only way you're gonna have more options of meeting a guy in that caliber.
Black men are still marrying black women more than any other race. They're not interested. I'm not talking about dating, I'm talking about marrying, okay? You can't tell the girls, oh, they don't want you over here, so you going over there. That's not how that works. Brad and Chad are not coming to go get Lakeisha. They not. Black men are not just leaving black men. Why can't you just say to yourself, maybe it's you?
Okay. Now I like Shorty. Red Talk kind of big up on her. I watch her channel on YouTube, and you know what she got going on TikTok, of course. But anyway, yeah, the that lady Kendra G, man, I don't know what to say about her. She's delusional in her thoughts and whatever she's talking about, and plus she don't even have a man herself right about now. So I don't understand somebody not having a man giving people relationship on advice on how to get a man. How can you get a man? How can you tell someone else how to get a man when you don't even have a man yourself? But anyway, let's go on to the next. See what the top about. Okay, we'll see what's going on with this.
Women are confused why men don't approach them anymore, but they're the ones who train men to stop. I keep seeing these videos of women crying about how men don't pursue them or chase them like they used to. And honestly, we need to look at what we did to create this, because who would have thought that our actions have consequences? First of all, we set impossible standards. You want a man who's 6'2", making six figures, looks like a model, but what are you bringing to match that energy? Second of all, we made viral content out of humiliating men for trying. Every time a guy shoots his shot, there's a TikTok making fun of him. We literally train them that approaching us equals public embarrassment. And here's the biggest one. Too many women nowadays are operating in masculine energy. Thank you, feminism. That we've become completely unapproachable. You're closed off, you're not receptive, and you're giving off don't even try vibes, then wondering why nobody tries. We taught men that approaching women is harassment, then act confused when they stopped approaching us. You can't train someone to leave you alone and then be mad when they actually do. If you want to be pursued, start being pursuable and stop shaming men for doing so. Women are confused.
Okay. Now, again, yeah, she got good talking points. Yeah, of course, a lot of women they are crazy about what they're talking about. But I like the snow bunny right here on what she's saying. She seems like one of the smart ones. Maybe holding the line is happening. You know, I'm not like Dr. Umar. I do like snow bunnies. I like all women. You know, snow bunnies is one of the ones I like. Prefer. Um, I love black women too. I prefer black women, but I love Latino women. I love all women. All women, all feminine women. All of them can be. Like even snow bunnies, Latino women. All of them can be that type of way. At least over here in the West, I haven't done too much traveling outside of the states. Been to the Bahamas and of course Mexico, but would you really call that? I wouldn't even really call that traveling because when I went to the Bahamas, I took that was a long time ago, and I took a female with me. And when I went down to Mexico, it was transactional. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, So all women, you can get well. When I went there, I can't really remember the conversation with the female in the Bahamas, and of course going down to the Mexico, it was transactional. So she, she was going to be in a feminine energy. You know what I'm talking about? But as far as I think that there's a good and a bad side to all women, at least over here. I haven't been again outside of the states like that to have extensive knowledge on how females are acting. But I see your passport, bros. I'll be looking at your channel. I be seeing other women act. Filipino P. I be looking at her too. She seems, like feminine. She be talking good points about the women, the Asian women over there and everything. I see the Dominican women, how they rolling. Nice. Anyway, Brazilian, I see all of them. Um, I was Zoom to Thailand. What's my boy name? Austin Holloman, real good dude. What's my checks in the Fed? That guy. Travel. What is Travel Versity? Whatever. That guy. He's pretty good. Like all you guys over there doing your thing, man. Just keep them weird guys out, man. Ones be going over there acting weird. Them little, don't know how to act. You know what I'm talking about? And everything will be straight. Hopefully, I'll be joining you soon on that. But anyway, she making good points as far as about what she talking about, and man, it seems good. I don't have too much to add on it. They are delusional, and sometimes some of the things they say we think about and be like, what the fuck was that? I know I do. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure you do too. Anyway, let's go on to the next and see what's happening. All right, we got this one up here. Let's see what's going on. Modern women and unrealistic standards again. Yep.
One of the biggest issues, salary. The expectation that their man or the gentleman that they're dating should be making this six figure number. Okay. Now, we're in the tri-state area. So I understand the desire to want to be with someone who's making six figures because you kind of just need that in order to function. Right. But this expectation that that's what someone should be earning in order for them to be worthy of you is impractical. And I'm going to tell you why. That they could lose their job in any given moment. So if you're giving someone a chance based on how much money that they make, and tomorrow they are unemployed and homeless or whatever it is, then you're now stuck with the dude who's unemployed or homeless because you only mess with him because of how much money he made. Secondly, it's not about how much money you make, it's how you manage it. Somebody could be the top cardiologist at a hospital making $400,000 and they own 10 cars and they have 4 houses that they're underwater and they're paying child support and alimony and they're broke every week. So looking at a specific figure as a measure of whether or not you should date someone is problematic and it's not going to work. So that's one of the biggest issues that I see with the ladies. Secondly, with the ladies, height. In what world does someone's height dictate how well they're going to treat you or how good of a husband or father they're going to be? There's nothing about that man's height that's going to make him a better human being. So, and again, I'm not saying that you should be dating folks who are necessarily like super shorter than you, but you're 5'2" and he has to be 6 feet. Why? Yeah, why? It's unreasonable. Even in your tallest heels, he's still going to be taller than you. And I understand generally the idea is the taller the man, the bigger the man, the more likely he is to protect you. It's more animalistic than it is like reality, but still impractical. One of the biggest issues, salary.
Okay. So let's go on with this right here, right? She's totally right. The things that women to be saying on the internet that I'll be looking at is crazy. It's bananas. The salary, the height, and everything. Even though I'm not 6 foot, can't lie. 5'7". I'm a big guy. 5'7". I am 6 figures though. Can't lie about that. You know what I'm talking about? But anyway, yeah, the standards, the unrealistic standards is crazy because most men are shorter than that. Shorter than most men are shorter than taller. Most women are super short, for sure. And most women don't even make the 6 figure salary. And so it is crazy. But the good thing is about what's going on with that though, is that actually, it's females that they're coming around. The sisterhood is coming around to see Snow Bunny talking about unrealistic standards with the women back there. Um, I started this video out on the unrealistic things that that modern women be saying and their thoughts. And here it is, there's a lot of women that's coming around. So I salute them on that. Now, there was a story that I was going to begin talking to you about at the beginning of this conversation of these videos right here. Over the weekend, got this one of these chicks that I be, we be, kicking it and everything. But anyway, so she just come into the world of well, she look at she stream and all of that, but she doesn't have the what you call the Amazon, the Fire Stick and everything. So she's like she's the older female, like around by my age. I do date a lot younger a lot of times. So dating a female around my age is probably is a rare commodity. You know what I mean? But there are some diamond in the rough that I like. Or more often than not, it be younger females that be trying to have that me or I kick it with. Mm, I don't know. But anyway, so this female I'm talking about, she's like, I'm trying to help her with the fire stick, and she doesn't have like when you get the fire stick where you get everything you want to watch. So I'm trying to teach her how to do this because we're like in two different states. I'm down here at the bottom down here in Florida, and she a couple of states away from me. Anyway, so I'm talking to her about it, and this is about the second time. Because first I told her what type of fire stick to get, and then she got the wrong fire stick, so we couldn't do it on that. And then she had another fire stick was there, but didn't have the remote. So I tried to get her to download the remote, but then the fire stick she had to hook it up to the internet with the remote and everything. After that, turned around, it was like she had to send on the fire sticks back. Got the fire sticks that I told her like the new generation you can't really do that to. So I had to get her to get the older generations and everything. So doing all the things to get everything right, man. In the process, it took freaking 3 hours. 3 freaking hours and we didn't even get it, it wasn't even finished. At the end, man, like she telling me to hold up. She don't understand what to do, how to do it. But at the same time, trying to do it when I'm trying to tell her, trying to do it her way. That was so frustrating. Oh my God, that was driving me off the wall. Uh, and and that's not like I was putting up on game on like how to become like financially independent. You know what I'm saying? Like to bring more money in, like different things to do, getting into business and starting business and all of this, giving her the rundown on all these things so she can be, have financial stability and everything. Because right now we ain't gonna talk about all of that. Anyway, it's going too far. But even with that, getting her in her business and telling her and teaching her all of that, and she going getting advice from other people when other people didn't started it. So she's doing all kind of crazy things out that I wasn't telling her, trying to do things fast. And it oh my God, the worst thing I can't stand for somebody for me to try to lead you in a direction and you won't follow and you don't even have the knowledge to get there and they're asking me to take you there. That is so frustrating. That is one thing that stops me. I get so angry, and I just stopped it. I was like, man, listen, but I can't do it. You're not listening to me. I don't want to do it. So we stopped. I got to do it myself because it's just so frustrating. I know I went on and on about that. It's just frustrating thinking about how time consuming and just me telling this woman this and this woman is doing another thing on the when I'm telling her exactly what to do. And she don't have any knowledge about anything about any of this. So she needs me. I just basically broke down there. Listen, you gotta stop. I gotta leave. If it ain't no need for us to do this because you don't know nothing about this, and you need me to get this done. So if you ain't gonna listen to me, let's just stop. And we just stopped. I just got too frustrated. I ain't gonna lie. But anyway, let's go on to the next video. I know I spent more time on that. It was just thinking about that process in and of itself. It's why I don't have relationships. Because can you imagine going through that every day? Somebody don't listen to you, you trying to tell them, and it's on something they don't know anything about. And they trying to outthink you on something that they don't have no knowledge about. And you trying to teach them for the betterment of them. So anyway, let's go on to the next and see what's, you know. So we got St. Kevin Samuels up. Let's see what he's doing.
Hi, Kevin. How are you?
I am well. How old are you?
31.
31. All right. So we're talking about, was talking about age gap dating or intercultural dating, but that went off the rails.
No, actually, that's what I was gonna stay on topic.
Okay, go ahead. Which one?
Mostly interracial.
Well, why is it a problem?
I don't know if it's necessary. I think I don't on the surface think it's a problem until it's a fetish.
Say again. You broke up.
I don't think it's a problem until it becomes a fetish, right?
Okay, I don't, no disrespect, but how do you know when it becomes a fetish?
Well, I think I will start off by saying, and this is not to take away from the accountability of Black women, because I do hear a lot of the stuff you say, and I watch a lot of your content. I do feel like the plight of Black women in America is very specific, and when you know, ignore that and compare Black women to other races of women who haven't had a similar journey.
You mean similar choices?
Similar choices, but you know, I'm not saying that there isn't accountability that should be a part of that. I like sometimes it's not fair to just compare Black women to white women who were.
No, we compare Black women to older Black women.
I'm sorry?
I compare Black women to Black women of old.
Okay.
And you fail.
Okay.
See, that completely undercut the old chattel slavery and everything else out. Completely cut. All you got to do is compare to your grandmothers and great grandmothers. Who had it worse? Now go ahead and tell me about the plight.
Oh, that's my guy, man.
I mean, yeah, I do feel like I love my grandmother and I learned a lot from her, you know,
you failed.
about in regards to, you know, just life. You know, there were times when I was younger where I would get in arguments with her about, you know.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
It's not fair to compare Black women against other women. What is it fair to compare what judgment is fair regarding Black women?
That is a good question. I think, well, when I think of it, because there's so much, I mean, when you talk about these things.
Let's keep it down. Don't give me the War and Peace version.
I'm not trying to give you the War and Peace. I'm just saying, I think it's a bigger conversation.
Do Black men get compared to other groups of men? When you talk about, do we?
And I do hear Black men.
Okay, but the problem is, do we bitch about it?
No, because I don't think it's in the nature of men.
That doesn't matter. Because do Asian men complain about being compared to white men, or did China decide to overtake them? The only group that complains about being compared to people is who?
Black people.
Black people. Black men don't complain.
I do feel like I've heard Black men say that it's
when?
Not to be compared.
In the context of what? When Black women are trying to judge Black men on their production?
Hi.
Man, this St. Kevin Samuels, man, I miss that guy. He's missed, man. Anyway, who could say it better, man? What better way to end this thing right here than the guy himself, man, the awakener, the saint, the man that has brought so many men to the forefront of who they are, their value, and what they actually bring to the table. I really miss that guy. Anyway, man, thank you for joining me. You know, I know you see my eyes low, so I hope your eyes as low as mine. Anyway, thank you for coming in. Thank you for taking the time out to sit down and enjoy these videos, because you could have been anywhere else in the world, but you chose to be here with me. And for that, I'm truly appreciative. It's your boy Critique, the Mass Critic. And I don't know about you, but me, I'm going to keep it grooving till the world start moving. I'm going to holler at you the next time.